Well, what are we going to talk about today? What is this video all about anyways? I was going to put in a dimmer switch. I wanted to show you how to do that. There's an on-off switch down at the bottom of this, and then there's a slide that goes up and down. It even says I can save money with installing this. Well, you can too if you just keep watching this video. What is this one here? Oh, that's a lighted switch. I'm not going to do anything on this particular video about a lighted switch, but I'm going to install this later. I'm going to make another video of that for the garage, because in the garage, sometimes I go out into the garage and the light switch is out in the garage, not inside the house, and it's dark out there, and I want the top of this to be lit so when I look down I don't have to fumble around for it. But that'll be another time. So this dimmer switch I'm going to end up putting right here. This particular light switch is for these two lights right here, and they kind of show off a little bit in these little alcoves. See right here? And so at night it would be nice if I could dim these, because right now it's just on this switch. See? And so that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to take this light switch off and I'm going to install that one. If that's something you want to see, stick around. Now, have I ever installed a dimmer switch before? Yes, I've installed a few in my lifetime. But do you have to be a licensed electrician to install a dimmer switch? No, just watch some of my videos. I've already got a few videos on installing a dimmer switch or different switches and stuff like that. Look on my channel for that if you want to look at other things. Not all switches, the wiring is not always the same, and there might be something different in this one than there is to another light switch somewhere else in your house, let's say. Okay, so you might learn something when I'm installing this dimmer switch on this particular light switch. So stick around for that, would you? Now the first thing we need to do in order to change this switch out to the dimmer is we need to turn the power off. We've got to find the electrical panel. So I'm going to turn that on and see that the light is working, which it is right there. And now I've got to find the electrical panel. Usually it's outside, so we're going to go outside, take a look at that and see. I'm not sure which circuit that is on, but we're going to look in the panel and make a determination which one to turn off first. And this panel is closed with this nail here. I need to fix this one of these days. This thing needs to be kind of bent over, but for the time being this is how the last person had it. We open that up, and now we've got to look at all those things, and usually there's different numbers on here. It's either going to be a 15 or a 20 amp circuit. I don't see any 15 amp circuits. Oh, here's some. See this? It says 15, 15, 15. We look over here. This one says hall and pantry. And that says, oh, I'm not sure what that says. Space. Garage GFI is right there. Garage GFI. Vacuum. Dining. See, I don't see anything that says light switches. Okay. I wasn't quite sure. See here it says fountain Xmas light, Christmas lights there. That's outside. And so I don't think it's in here. Now see this breaker here? It's a double breaker, 100 amp, 100 amp, 200 amp breaker. And it says sub panel. Well, we got to go inside the house. And there's probably a sub panel somewhere where some light switches are and that kind of stuff. Depending on how big your house is, you might have a sub panel somewhere. And lots of times they're in a storage room, a laundry, pantry area, something like that. Underneath the stairwell. We're going to go inside and see if we can't find it, and I think that's where the switches are going to be. here's an area where there's a heating system. Here's another heating system over here. Here's a water heater. And voila. Here's a sub panel right there. And see, there's all kinds of other circuits here. I'll get you in there closer. See, these are 15 amp, and it's just a twin. It's called a twin breaker with two different circuits on there. One 15 amp circuit there, one 15 amp circuit there. So see, here's 15s, 15s. Here's 20, 20. That's two 20 amp circuits. And sometimes they even have twins that one is 20 and one's 15. And then usually there's someplace on here that says where they're at. Now see here, we're gonna look at these: family room, GFI, kitchen lights, laundry, GFI, kitchen lights. It's not next to the kitchen furnace, jetted bath, guest room, study, laundry lights, entry lights. It could be that one. Here's rec room lights, master lights. Let's see, we're gonna have to just pick one. And see, I'm gonna check laundry lights, entry lights, and that's number 9. And see, one side of the panel are odd numbers and one are even. You can see there's a number 1 sideways, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 over here, 2, 4, 6. See, they're sideways, 8, 10. Okay, so when I look at that rec room, let's see, laundry lights, entry lights is number 9. And I come over here and you'll see them. It's hard to see it, but see, that's number 9, that's there. Laundry lights is the top one, so I'm gonna turn that one off. I'm not sure if that one's it or not. And I may have to come back and forth. If that's not it, I'll have to come back down here and check another one. And if you've got somebody else upstairs or downstairs, wherever, you can get on the cell phone with them and say, okay, is that it? They can say no, yes, no, yes. You keep flipping some breakers. But I'm here trying to get this taken care of on my own. So I'm gonna go up there, check it out, and then come back and just, if it's not that one, then I'll turn this breaker back on and then try another one. You know, start making some guesswork and that kind of thing. Okay, back and forth you go. And if you have a sub panel, you can do that. If you don't have a sub panel, if you just have one panel outside, smaller house, maybe you only have one panel, look at that and you're gonna have to start guessing. It's either gonna be a 15 amp circuit or a 20 amp circuit, okay? And this one is a 15. We're gonna go check that out and see if that's the one. Let's see, that's where the laundry area is over there. And it also did this hallway, and look at this. It was that one. I can check it. Hey, it's off. These other ones are not working. Now I know I can work on this switch and know that I'm not going to get electrocuted or anything like that. I'm going to look at this and make a determination if I need to get a construction light out to get us some light in here, or if we can do this without, I think we might be able to do this without me getting an extension cord and a construction light. I think that's enough light. Okay, so that's it. So my next step is take this cover plate off. Now before I do that, I was in luck. See, this light still works because it's on a different circuit, so I thought I would turn that one on in order to give us some more light. And if you're working in an area and it gets kind of dark, you can try that on your own, or you may have to get a lamp next to your bed or something and an extension cord, plug it in a plug somewhere down the hallway or something, and see if that is going to help you. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. And I don't know if the cover plate's going to come right off or not. Sometimes if they don't, you might have to to lightly score it or tap it with your screwdriver or something. Now this one, luckily, it came right off. Sometimes they don't, and if they're stuck, you don't want to just pry it off, because if somebody repainted, let's say, and they painted without taking the cover plates off, you could rip the paper and think, uh-oh,